In 2017, Princess Cruises hired me to shoot still images and videos on the Silk Road journey, a 49-day cruise from Rome to Shanghai. I brought along my buddy Iouri as an assistant and a music composer for the project. I tried daily vlogging at the time, but our days were already super packed and I had to edit and deliver content for the client as a priority. We shot with Michelin chefs, met an NBA player, and traveled to 15 countries. What I want to do now is take a look at the footage and share with you the process of what it is to shoot and produce content on a cruise ship, with its limitations and being in a bubble for 2 months. Hello everybody and welcome to day 29. We are in Singapore. So today Iouri had some personal errands to run, so I was solo, kind of like I usually travel. So back at it, I got off the ship and first thing I realized, it was pouring. Pouring rain. Singapore has rainy seasons during the summer and we were there right in the thick of it. Think it's gonna get better? Me too. I've been to Singapore a few times and I knew that my first stop had to be to get some street food. What's your favorite street food, like hawker stand?
Oh, there's a lot.
Surprised?
I can go for Indian food. I
Yeah.
can go for Thai food, Vietnam food, got Asian food.
Singapore, just like Malaysia, is made out of 3 groups, though: the Malays, the Chinese, and the Indians as well. So actually Singapore and Malaysia used to be one country. I won't get into the politics of that. I made my way to the Chinatown complex where I went through the hawker stands. Hawker stands are these little food stalls where you can get different foods, different cuisines. The Michelin guide has made its way to Singapore and a few of the hawker stands have gotten Michelin stars. On a previous trip to Singapore, I had gone to a few of those, gotten some chicken rice and some pork noodle soup, I remember. So that's like one of the cheapest Michelin star restaurants you can go to here. Like $5 US and you get a plate of chicken rice. I had this last time and it was actually kind of disappointing. The guy opened up his own air-conditioned place, left his hawker stand, and I think it's just like a mess now. People queue up there for hours, but not worth it. Go for a regular hawker stand, hawker stall, hawker complex. This is where I'm headed. But this time I just wanted to go and get some of the local kind of mom and pop shop. Because I feel that there's so many hawker stands that would deserve a recognition that you don't have to go to the Michelin ones, which have lines that are probably over an hour. Worth doing once in a while. Like I did it, when I did it, it cost me $10 to do 2 Michelin star restaurants back to back. It was a really cool experience, but you can get as good of a meal just by going to any of these hawker stands. So I'm going to start off with a quick breakfast, and in Singapore you got to go for some chicken rice, so let's get this going. Yes, I was eating meat at the time. When I travel, I love meeting people in these kind of environments when people are eating, because they're usually super happy. I'm super happy.
Chicken rice is the same everywhere.
Yeah. It's like national dish, no?
Yeah. So now you're all by yourself just walking around visiting.
Looks good. Yeah. Nice meeting you. Hello. Can I have one chicken rice, please? Spicy sauce?
Everything there.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so street food dish number 1 is chicken rice. I travel, I usually walk around everywhere, and Singapore is definitely not a place where you want to do that. But I had the time, and my schedule was pretty relaxed. With the rain, I had to get some shots, but while it was raining, I really couldn't get any. So I tried to kind of maneuver my way through the raindrops, I guess.
I just had breakfast, and I'm gonna get some coffee now. It's finally sunny out. The rain is gone, so let's get a boost of caffeine and get this day started.
I ended up walking way more than I thought I would, and honestly, I needed to take like maybe 3 or 4 showers that day.
Alright, it may look like I just got out of the shower, but I actually just been walking around and it's so humid and I'm just completely drenched in sweat, so I'm taking a little coffee break and regrouping because otherwise I think I'm gonna die.
After that, I made my way back to the more central locations where I got some shots for our client video. So that included temples, just regular architectural shots of Singapore, city life. It started raining again, so I found this spot where these older Chinese men were playing Chinese checkers. So I just stood there and watched. I tried to learn the rules by watching them, observing them. Some people were explaining it to me, and I just started shooting. It was really cool, and I really, really enjoyed that. Since it was raining, I kind of just hung out with those older people, and it seemed like they were having a lot of fun. All that action got me really hungry again, so that was round 2 of the food today, and I went to this restaurant called Zam Zam for some murtabak, and it's kind of like a chicken wrap that my buddy Sata, who I went to university and who lives in Singapore but who wasn't there, recommended to me. I had it and it was delicious.
It's still raining in Singapore, so I stopped by Zam Zam for chicken murtabak, so yeah, let's check it out. Today's big food day. Yeah, that was definitely one of the best murtabaks I've had. Sata, you're right.
Interestingly enough, I had another friend from university who lived in town, and I met up with her for a coffee as well. I didn't shoot anything there, kind of just caught up. She just moved to Singapore. It was cool meeting up with her. The day was winding down, so I made my way back to the port area. I realized I still had about an hour to kill, so I went to this art exhibition, which was really cool.
I'm gonna go check out a museum at the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Hopefully get a few cool shots, and then it's like, then I'll race back to the shipyard or the cruise center or whatever.
It's this really famous art exhibition that was kind of going around the world, I think, at the time, and it was cool. I went through it. It had air conditioning, so that was a plus. Quick side note, some of you know I love Formula 1 racing, and Singapore hosts an F1 race. Actually one of the most exciting night races. So my dream is to come back here one day and shoot an F1 race. That would be amazing. So I was walking around, I kind of followed the track a little bit, and I saw some of the curbs from the Grand Prix are still there. So that was pretty cool. Just geeking out on my own, basically.
That's a part of the F1 track.
And walked around the Marina Bay complex, and they have a big mall there, which is pretty much a lot of expensive shops. So I was just kind of, getting my shots, video shots of it outside, some super cool architectural shots. And yeah, then it was pretty much time to get back on board because we had an early curfew that day. So at the end of the day, I knew Singapore already, so I kind of was able to maneuver pretty quickly through the city, got my food, got the shots that I needed, some shots that I didn't expect, like the Chinese checkers that turned out pretty cool, I thought. And yeah, it was time to get back on the ship. That marked another day in a big Asian city. Singapore, always great to be there. Whenever I'm in Singapore, I usually stay for about a day or two, so it doesn't really change from what usually happens for me there. If you like the content from Singapore, feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to know when that next video is coming up. Also, follow me on Instagram, where I posted a photo a day during the whole adventure and where I still post some of my travels today. For example, today I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, about to get on board for another job here. And I will be posting the next few days some shots from more exotic places. So I'd love to see you there. And as usual, I will see you for the next one.